But look who's talking now. Putin promised to replace Ukrainian grain on the world market with Russian grain. According to him, the Russian Federation produced more than 100 million tons of grain last year, while Ukraine produced approximately 55 million tons. He also noted that he is ready to supply Russian grain to African countries for free. What a generous tsar. According to him, in the next 2-4 months, the Russian Federation will be ready to provide up to 50,000 tons of grain to African countries such as Burkina Faso, Zimbabwe, Mali, Somalia, the Central African Republic, the Eritrea, free of charge. The Russian president promised to reimburse the costs of delivering Russian grain to countries on the African continent. The representatives of the above-mentioned countries that were present in the hall applauded to that as one in unity. But can Russia really replace Ukraine in terms of...
No, I don't think they can. I mean, they certainly may be able to export more grain to sub-Saharan Africa, for example. It accounts for roughly less than 20% of their total exports normally go to sub-Saharan Africa. So obviously they could switch more, but Ukraine is again such a major producer to sort of take over the shares of Ukraine. I think that would have to be a huge increase in Russian wheat production, and I don't see that. I mean, understand that they had a record crop this year. This in 2022, it was enormous wheat crop, and I think all the records show that they were able to export wheat in fairly large quantities this year. But I think the other thing is that I think this strikes me as a real political ploy on the part of Putin, and just in the sense of these countries have been largely neutral in the war. They haven't wanted to pick sides, so they say, well, we don't want to get on, so they've taken, have tended not to get involved with the votes on the United Nations or abstain from voting. But when Russia suspended the agreement back in October, the African Union was one of the first entities that was there in Moscow talking to Putin about extending the agreement. And I think that, so I think Putin understands the importance, the political importance of trying to make pledges to Africa. But, I saw other quotes from African leaders saying, okay, yeah, it's great that you're offering us free grain, but we want the Black Sea Grain Agreement. So I think there's no question that over the long run, that's, what Africa needs more than anything else is a normalized Ukraine.
I'm absolutely with you.
Exporting back to pre-war levels and
But the thing is that making a pledge is one thing. To implementing it into life is a totally different thing. So promising, putting promises.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and I think that, for example, Russia didn't export like Ukraine. I mean, Ukraine, obviously, because of the war, because of the fact that for 5 months last year, there was almost no exports out, certainly not out through the Black Sea.
Absolutely, very good point.
And so at a key time when wheat is normally exported, that's the other thing, is understand that these exports of grains are quite seasonal within the year. Wheat is harvested in summer, early fall. It normally goes out over the early months of the next year. Then maize follows. And, it just so happens that the time the wheat they were trying to export wheat, they weren't able to. I think something like, I remember you probably have these numbers in front of you, but I think only something like 65-70% of the wheat had been exported of the 21 crop at the time the war came. So there was still a lot of wheat to be exported, and that maize, I think, only 50%. So of the 21 crop, not talking 22. So a lot of grain just wasn't making its way out. But I think if you look around the world, that again, once the Black Sea opened, you did see exports to East Africa from Ukraine.
Fair enough.
And I think, Russia was exported less to East Africa last year, a little more to West Africa, but it's still, again, you can't look at one versus the other. I think this is something where Africa needs grain from both and needs wheat, and Russia can't supplement or can't substitute for what's lacking from Ukraine.